Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents Enter the Dungeon, episode 36. I'm your demon host Marty, joined by Ahmed and Adam today. Let's get your mics into a very hot state. They are very hot. Hot, hot, hot.
Hot, hot, hot.
Like it hot, hot, hot.
How's it going? How's it going, gents? On this fine Saturday afternoon.
Oh.
What's going on?
What's going on, guys?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling powerful. I'm feeling alright. all my bits are doing their jobs. So I don't know.
It's good.
Oh, it's more than I could say. I'm good. I'm well.
You sound very enthused.
I'm good. No, I'm pretty good. Crusher's now a bear. She's awesome. Been waiting for that for a long time now.
What's the shirt you're wearing? Why does it say a big 5 on it?
I don't know. How many loser days I have? I don't know. This is Tommy's shirt, man. It's Tommy. I'm stylish. I'm styling on the internet.
All right, cool.
Styling and profiling.
I just looked up and saw a giant 5.
I've got a Danky Kang shirt on.
Got it.
Danky Kang. Like $5 from Walmart, motherfucker.
I'm wearing my typical black t-shirt, although this one has a slight V to the collar.
Yeah,
exactly.
Got some stuff going on.
Exactly.
For people who are interested in strength sports, which might just be me, over New Year's, the World's Strongest Man 2019 stuff got released, like the footage. So there was some binge watching of like Jessica going, "Why aren't you in bed yet?" It's like because it all came out. So there's the 5 heats, and then there's the finals. Just watching dudes pull monster trucks. And
So this is the sport. This is the sport or type of thing that you not only play but also participate in.
I participate in, and I participate in, and I watch, and I know all the dudes, and it's like my hockey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although hockey for me, it's been pretty shitty as of late. The Habs have been they went through an 8-game losing streak, and then they've been playing 500 since, and now they've got a bunch of like injuries. So it's like.
Well, so hockey at the gym. So when you're doing work at the gym, whatever, and the hockey's on, it's all the under 15s over there. The
World Juniors is on right now.
World Juniors.
Yeah.
And every game I get to watch is just Canada destroying the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of some ex-USSR country. And it's very it's like, yay, Canada!
Funny but sad.
We beat their asses 10-1.
They kind of have like A League and B League, and B League. A League isn't. It's not the exact names for it, but there's a bunch of other countries that are not typical hockey countries, or they're really small, and they try to get up into A League. And when they get up into A League, it's like they get rocked,
smashed.
Right?
And it's like, I get it, I understand, good for them, but it's hard to be like. It reminds me of when you're in like you were in your hockey team when you were a kid. You're in the wrong tournament.
Yeah.
You're just smashing.
And
you're just
so apparently I'm watching tomorrow. Canada advances to face Russia in World Juniors gold medal game. So, Canada, Russia, two very strong.
That one should be good. That should be good.
And I think Russia beat Sweden yesterday. And how did the Finns lose? Oh, they lost to Canada. The Finns beat USA. So it's like down to the 5 hocky countries, basically.
It's like the people who play, right?
right.
It's
every once in a while, Slovakia and Czechoslovakia kind of like rear their head, and they're kind of
the last game I was watching, I think, was Canada Slovakia, and it was like,
it
was 8-0 in the third period.
The general trend has been Finland's been doing really well for its population size. There are a lot of Finns in the league right now, and then the U.S. over the last 15 years has done really well at hockey. Hockey is becoming big, and there's a 300-400 million people here. So
yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
It's really easy to go pick up some coaches. It's like when they did it wasn't the juniors, it was the even younger guys, like the Atom League, when they had that in Ottawa. They brought some teams in from China. This is going to be really deep into the hockey talk, but the coaches they had didn't know how to play hockey. So they had a bunch, like they got a billion people, more than a billion people, but you've got a whole bunch of them in the north, and you have them playing hockey, but they have nobody who knows how to teach hockey.
Right.
So when they showed up, they had 3 lines, so they would do 3 shifts per period. So they'd send their kids out and be like, for the next 8 minutes, you skate and you play. And it's for 8 minutes straight. And then they go to the next line, 8 minutes, go.
That's insane. That is insane, dude. Oh, that's like turn of this last century hockey kind of thing, like 1900s.
So I know they picked up some, when they were here, I know some people that went there to go basically teach hockey in China.
Yep.
So there will be like come around next, maybe not this upcoming Winter Olympics, but the one
they'll
after
be changing on the fly, is what you're saying?
Well, they'll be changing on the fly, but they'll be like an actual like legitimate team from
That's
Asia.
cool. That's cool. I think I sort of get the sense that the NHL would like to expand. They have more so over the last few years had actual games in other countries. So a few of the teams are behind in the standings because they have less games. They have more games in hand because they took a trip to Europe to go play an actual NHL game that counts towards standings.
Yeah,
and I think they've done exhibition games in China.
Yep.
So
they like sport, and
Yep.
hockey is, for people who don't like sports, hockey is amazing. Because shit's fast, and it's loud, and it's visceral, and smash, and boom, and things are happening.
It is a violent sport at the heart of it. Yes, there's lots of skill involved, but there is violence. It's not a toned down sport.
It's the closest.
It's
to
not
the,
tennis.
it's the closest to all the future sports where it's like, the robots are going out and just smashing. It's the closest we have to that right now in terms of all the soccer people are like, boo, and it's like, well, I can kick a soccer ball.
Anyway, so I watched a bit of hockey, and then I've gone through quite a few series in the last week and a half. Which one? Rick and Morty is pretty funny. The latest one, the latest Letterkenny is hilarious. The Expanse, you need to watch.
Have you seen John Wick 3 yet?
I have. I have, and John Wick 1, 2, and 3 are all part of my library.
Yeah, they're good. The John Wick 3 finally got onto Amazon here, so we watched it with Jessica, and Jessica's like, they don't shoot the dog, do they? I'm like, I'm not saying nothing. I almost got stabbed. It's like, the dog's fine. It's feeding the guy's nuts right now. That guy's nuts being chewed off.
Oh, the third movie? That was really weird. I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody, but
so I've got about 1,500 titles in my library at home, or here, and I put the library, like I have an Excel sheet where I track the library.
No.
And I put it on OneNote recently, so I'll have to share it with you guys. Like basically, here are the movies that I own for a reason. Some of them, not all of them are good. Sometimes it's like, well, I need a space movie that has tentacle monsters, and here's the thing.
I think by definition, a space movie with tentacle monsters is good.
Yes.
You can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are some in there that are purely for special effects or for mood or theme or but others are really gold. But yeah, I'll share that with you guys. And then I keep track of the ones that I'm like to buy, which is probably just as large of a list of things to get when you find it cheap.
What's going to happen with us, or with me, with how my current libraries work is the first big tech company to crash is going to take away half of whatever I own with it, because I don't really own anything. I lease it from services.
I used to do this with music. I don't anymore because Spotify has the deepest like industrial tracks that I could possibly want from back in my days. Hey Drake, back in my days of industrial, they've got any music that comes out. Aside from a few holdout bands which have recently like stopped holding out, like AC/DC will now allow music.
Was like AC/DC was one.
Metallica was one.
The Beatles was one for a long time.
Yep, but they've all wrote it, and they're all like, this is how you listen to music now. So I don't have music anymore. Like I don't collect it, I don't buy music, I don't have physical
Yeah.
music anymore. I used to have hard drives, so I went from CDs to like lugging around hard drives full of MP3s, and then now I just don't. Movies, there's no one source for any movie that you want to watch. Go watch. Okay, I want you to watch Cube, Goon 2, and I don't know, the latest Predator versus Alien. It's like, where do I go?
2 of the 3 of those movies are good. And it's up to you to decide which is which.
That's right. And it's like, well, I can't. Why not? They're not on Netflix. So yeah, and the movie licensing is so dispersed between companies that you need 10 different subscriptions to get them all.
It's better in Canada because we have fewer of those companies. But
Yep.
yeah,
Anyways,
dude, I bought
this box behind me has all my CDs in it. Like, it's a box that I have not opened in the 12 years that I've been here in Seattle. So I need to crack it open. I think I might buy a couple of binders where you just put the discs in, and then just keep that, and throw away the garbage I will never listen to, but like keep my Led Zeppelins and my Black Sabbaths, and like keep stuff that, I don't know, one day you'll have a stereo in a garage and you gotta go, you put the disc in. I'm not sure.
So,
I'm not sure why.
well, this is the thing where, like, I used to keep all the video game discs.
Yep.
But I think I've repurchased every game that I ever wanted to ever think about playing again in Steam or in some other direct download sort of methodology, because it was like, I could give them $3 to play the game again, or I could go find the fucking disc. $3, find the disc. $3, find the disc. Here's $3.
Well, yeah, and they put out patches too, like, or they make the game, runnable on the latest version of Windows, where some of them were not. Like, just straight out of the box will not run.
Yeah, it just
you need
goes.
emulators and that sort of thing. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Okay, media talk. Ahmed, you're pretty quiet, man. What's going on with you?
He's muted.
God damn it, I've been muted. Fuck. I was just saying, I remember when Blockbuster was going out of business, and I think I walked in, and I paid like $300, and I got this massive collection of movies.
Yep.
Some that I have no idea what they are, because I haven't seen them yet.
You
They're
just
just
bought
huge.
movies at random.
I just bought a ton of movies. I'm like, oh yeah, this looks good. What is it, $1? Yeah.
You see this?
Just-
You see this bin right here? Yeah, just move it into my car.
basically. And I have this massive library, and I don't know what they are, but eventually I'll look into them, because there's not enough media out there.
So there are still, like, VHS and DVD rental places in Oshawa. There are a few of them where one of them got a new sign. I couldn't believe it. I have to actually walk in there one of these days because he got a new sign. I can understand being like, it's my convenience store and I used to do this, but he got a new sign. The new sign that says VHS and DVD rentals.
Classic technology.
Nice.
I have a feeling it's very adult-oriented, would be my guess, without having that. The sign doesn't mention that, but that's what they
Right. Why are you renting a VHS? All right, let's not think about that too hard.
It didn't go well when I tried to play it at schools.
Okay, why don't we do a recap of what happened in the last game? Last game was called Twisted Sisters. The heroes enter the Grand Bali Circus, which is now under control of Professor Pakali, backed by temple forces, including the Rakshasa and a huge blue dragon. The populace of the circus are being subjected to the twisting curse at an accelerated pace, as they are forced to do violence against one another. The party seeks out allies within the circus, like the Familiar and Madame Fortuna, before attempting to rescue a wagon load of captives. Alcur learns that long ago his spirit was split into 3, and that his sister might not be his sister after all. Bonecrusher receives an infected tooth of a werebear, which might have once belonged to him. Alcur attempts to contact Isolde, who has gone missing. Without giving too much away from that description, given that this recap of what happened last game, we can now. So, Madame Fortuna was apparently part of a coven of 3 elven hags. one that could see the future, one that could see the past, and one that was in tune with the present, in the moment.
Yeah, we need that one because that's the one that's useful. Like, where are they right now? Where are my enemies?
You can't find each other? No.
You think that you found one of the elven sisters who was named Princess Yathea in the Supreme Commander's books. The one that seems to be spaced out that you saved from the Supreme Commander's quarters. Madame Fortuna was able to tell you a little bit about your past. That Alcur did indeed have a sister, but the person that he believed his sister in Hamlet is
That
not.
is not the sister.
It might very well be a clone, and that contains a fragment of Alcur's soul, almost in the same way that his soul has been fractured between Alcur the Black and Alcur the White. There might actually be a third
Alcur.
Alcur the Hot.
Alcur the Gray. Alcura the Gray. Actually, I really like that.
Alcarita of time.
I really like that Alcura. I'm writing that down. Alcura the Gray. Meanwhile, Otis apparently knows that Bonecrusher has used the tooth. He gave you the tooth. Was it him that gave you the tooth, or Madame Fortuna?
It was the old lady.
The hag.
From the hag.
That's right. He just stored the tooth in
stored it
in a box that made it disappear. But he knows that you've turned into a werebear before, and the way that you censured yourself or sequestered yourself during the time of the full moon was that you went to your grove. And apparently, there is a grove nearby Nulb that is Bonecrusher's grove, where he seems to be at peace with nature while there.
There's a druid hanging out there looking for mushrooms and beetles.
You're gonna get a nasty surprise.
Otis has said that he apparently has the allies that are Fae that look after the grove in your absence. What else happened? Oh yes, you learned that Isolde was captured by.
Isolde was captured, being tortured actively, like right now, and that she's in the throne room of doom.
Yes, she is in the place where Zuktmoy, the demon lady of fungus, is interdicted.
And we had come up with a stupid ass idea of maybe being able to save her.
Using a banishment spell, which I
away.
thought was a very interesting idea.
Then we have to find another angel somewhere. That part.
Unless, Ptolemy, why don't we just snap back into it? Unless, of course, we sneak in there with a vial and grab one of her tears. You have tears when you're screaming, right?
Well,
Darren just crumbles at that. He's like polishing his armor and like putting a.
Yes, you potentially, but I believe there is a level of purity that is required. Typically, these sorts of things would be tears of joy or happiness. It might be a specific type of tear. Ali, is there any requirement for the tear?
I heard you. I'm looking. Give me a second here. He's got some beakers. He's looking at some books. No, any tear I think will do. Any tear will do. Yeah.
What about sweat?
Does sweat come from your eye?
Tastes similar.
No. It's different chemical composition. It is not same. Please, Dorf, come on.
Yeah, I'll composition you. So,
Tear, eye.
alternately, there's the Solas, which was theoretically an angel of some sort, or other potential sources of angelic might. It's really rough that Mark's out here. It is Likely. And I am currently speaking as we've rested, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
You've rested and leveled.
the plan is to be Alcur the Black because Alcur the White because my apprentice is afraid of Alcur the White. My apprentice, and then I will be tempted to use the Palpatine voice when talking to him.
I trained and lived at the sanitarium of St. Solars. The only thing angelic is a small statue in a shrine. I've never seen an angel. If that angel was there, he was there at the laying of the foundation of the place, or they did it in his honor.
Well, we have two options, Darian. We can leave your loved one to suffer
Unacceptable.
while we collect the tools to defeat Zugmoy.
Shadow's being quiet because he doesn't want to get kicked out. It's like, we're done leveling, get out.
Shadow's just bundling arrows quietly. Max is napping next to a fireplace, and
Alternately, we can attempt to save her, but doing so may risk our ability to defeat Zugmoy. Additionally, the most expedient way to perform this feat will likely, how do we phrase this, reduce our chances of success in the long run.
Can you use this thing that you're creating to get rid of Zooked Boy?
You know
Perhaps.
in the temple.
this is Iggy, the little naked goblin with the broom, who seems to have just been Le's counterpart up until this point, cleaning beakers and tidying anything up.
Right now, cleaning is very important because contractually we need to be clean because that's what the master says, and the masters are related to the book with which the masters are mastering.
Yeah,
Oh, hello.
I made 21 meatballs, so we're gonna eat it.
Thank you.
What? Or it's still cereal.
I get meatball sub.
Hi, Jessica.
Where's my meatball sub? Nice.
Just take the speakers off.
And this is why I don't have speakers connected to my computer.
Yep.
So the book with which the masters are mastering is of importance for my ability to organize the place and maybe help gauge how to make it clean. What the fuck you say?
Oh yeah, Dink's book. Is that what you're talking about, Dink?
No. It's the master's book. This is the book of the masters. Master book.
Yeah. I heard that they found this big book, and then the master read from the book, and then Dink popped out.
Yes, it is a book of contracts to masters. It is, would allow for me to clean the castle more efficiently with better methods of cleaning.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for it. This has told me.
What does it look like? It is about big. Like for him, it's huge.
Yep.
And filled with papers and contracts, and has a cover. It is got some iron around the edges, and then black and blue kind of covering to it. And it's totally not written by Hay.
Why did you say it like that?
Maybe it's written by Hag.
Ptolemy shrugs. We'll keep an eye out for it, I guess. Right.
All right.
So back to the problem at hand. Says Darian.
Yes.
he looks at the goblin. The Darian's thoroughly confused.
Are we to rescue your... Are we attempt to rescue your beloved at the risk of failure? Or are we to let her suffer and potentially increase our chances of success, but morally be crushed under the weight of an impossible choice? I am most sympathetic. Also, this situation kind of blows because it's kind of a, you know, and
How? What would be the plan to rescue her now?
we would sneak up upon the castle, use a spell to very secretly get access to her, and try to banish her back to another plane of existence. Whether it be a god's plane or the circus or wherever she is naturally from at this point.
And how would we combat Zukmoy if we ran into her?
That is
Run
where we
away.
need that is why we need the tear, you see, from her, from this angel, along with the other two items, and then I could craft it for you.
As I said, not very good chances of success. Potentially getting us killed.
Would I have better chances of success with the third gem in the answerer?
Yes.
And those
As
other
well as the
gems,
gems in the skulls. The skull. Yes.
I think we need to get into the 4 nodes. Retrieve the items that we need. The gem.
I'm certain. I mean, your lady friend is. You know what? I'm going to say this from back here. Your lady friend's been suffering in that carnival thing for a long time. So, what's a little more suffering? And then he takes another step back. And told me you just stand right there.
they clearly didn't want to kill her. Why do you think they wanted her? Why do you think she's in pain?
If you ask me, it's how you make a trap. That's how you pull a prey to you.
I believe
Guess
it
who
is
the
more-
prey is?
Shannon just points at Darian.
I believe it's more
Is
to
it
do with
effective?
accelerating the.
Yes, because they know your heart.
I would believe it's more to do with the acceleration of their plans. She is corrupted with chaotic energies, as I understand it, and is a master of said chaotic energies.
We should do these elemental node things quick.
I agree.
I have so these nodes you have. I've made some elixir for you. They will last actually now much longer than before.
Thank you, Ellie. Oh yes, very industrious of you.
Yes. No, you're welcome. But the important one is for the fireplace. I have a potion of great significance, I think, will help you at least make it more bearable. You might still be in pain from being in there, but
I think we lost Ahmed. Pain, I think we can handle. Is it a lot of pain?
We're on the edges of our seat, Ahmed.
Recovering lost connection. I'm on the edge of my seat with Meatball Sub, so I'm gonna go mute for a second.
Ptolemy takes Oscar off to the side for a second. She might not be able to harm me with this thing. He holds up the charm. What about the skull?
What about it?
It's an artifact of hers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
sorry, lost you. What'd you last hear?
Lots of pain.
lots of pain.
This will likely protect you a little bit from the heat. It is good for the extreme and severe temperatures, but I don't know what's inside. So good luck. I hope it helps. And the usual other potions are ready for you. This is a big bag. A lot of potion.
So, the golden skull, I'm just wondering, do we have a sheet for that?
Nope.
No, because right now I know that it takes the throne down, and then it has powers, but I don't know what the powers are. I don't know if one of them is protection from Zugmoy.
Yep. Ptolemy's asking. He's not telling.
I don't know. But, here. While they're all busy, I will have a think up on this. You go stand over there. We're pretty far away from the temple.
Yep.
So Oscar's going to, I don't want to use the word commune with the skull, but he's going to like touch the skull and kind of look at it. And have a think
So
about it.
you take it out of its wrapping inside your well, you first take it out of the box.
Yep.
Open up the box. You feel powerful with it in your hands.
Is that right?
You feel confident.
Careful.
You hear the voice in your head.
Careful. This is not an artifact of law.
Yeah. Is it going to give me the ooky feeling?
This is an artifact of demons.
Well, can we use it as a weapon against a demon?
Yes. Yes. But it will come at a cost.
You're almost like not listening as you're staring into the skull. You know all those rules that you kind of like build your life around to kind of create meaning? It's just
and
like
Oscar's
this.
got a bunch of them.
You stare into the empty sockets of the golden skull. Let me take out the token because it's creepy and it's good. This thing, you wouldn't have to follow all those rules. You wouldn't be bound by them.
Some of those rules, like we don't eat people, those are good rules to have.
Yeah, of course.
Speak for yourself.
It's all pointless anyway, so why not grab what you want when you can? You know that others will listen to you as well. That the skull in your hand will make you an even better liar. An Oscar doesn't suffer fools. And there's so many fools that have come to that temple that have heard its call. You dupe all of them out of their riches and power. Get them to do what you want. You know that the skull was crafted by the old man and the woman. And you think the skull has given you confidence that their powers cannot touch you while holding it.
Oscar is going to speak to the skull. Hold that thought. And we're gonna wrap it
Okay,
back up.
these are all just feelings.
Yep. We're gonna try to put it down or lap it in the thing.
Yeah, you know that that you can see auras with the spell, or with the skull. That you can detect lies, and you know that you could poison people. That there are other powers that await when you reunite the skull with the 4 gems representing one of each of the elements.
I'm muted and talking to myself. Oscar puts the skull away.
Okay. What did it tell you? Did it speak?
Kinda. It said some things of questionable character, but I do think it will protect you from her, as well as from him, the old man.
Oh.
Here you.
There's random noises coming from him. So we might be able to. Is this one of those? I don't think Darian can really touch the skull.
No, I don't think so. Though he might have in the past.
Probably. Have all done all the things.
Yes.
So
What a strange city down there. I wonder what all those zippy lines are. Those blinky lights.
those zippy lines look like it's pretty easy to sneak in pretty much wherever you want to go. So
Should we offer to help save Isolde? Maybe you and I can go in there and go hello and wave the artifacts around and play artifact shield wall.
we could try.
Yes.
It's
Just because we're immune to powers does not make us immune to...
Where's that conversation being held?
out on the balcony between Ptolemy and Oscar.
so yeah, I agree. I don't know that It is a mighty big risk.
And it's apparently not very good. Here.
Where are you?
In a bathroom?
No, I'm 2 floors up. So I will reposition.
Okay.
That looks like a shower curtain.
I'm sitting on the
Don't
third.
mind while I flush.
No, please vacate the washroom.
That's funny. That's pretty funny.
So, yeah, when your kids are old enough that they have their own cell phones and nonsense, they start complaining about the Wi-Fi in that room. That's where you send them. The Wi-Fi doesn't work.
Now we're gonna train spot through through Homit's house. Well, it would be bad if we lost these artifacts.
Yes. Yeah, it would be a shame. Does that one talk to you?
No, it just is wiggly. He wiggles the hand thing.
Yeah. We should,
I'd offer to trade, but I know how much you like gold.
yeah, well, although, collecting fingers.
No, this one will stay with me.
You got the, yeah.
I think I remember Iggy's book. I'll know it if I see it.
Is it? So, know what he's on about? With
I think so.
we gotta remember that. Can't trust that little fucker. He's charmed or what have you.
Yes. But if I understood his little ramblings, it's something to do with if he was summoned, then they use the book to summon him, and typically summoned creatures are at the beck and call of their masters. And it's just fortunate that he was being told to clean.
Maybe, he's been, we could re-summon him. We can become his master.
Yes. Yes.
That's weird, though. Are you sure we don't have that in the book? Like, we took all the books from the wizard, and we took all the major books from the deacon.
I think there was, in the greater temple behind those curtains, I think there was more stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever went back there.
Nah.
I think there's some stuff back there. Could be where the missing tomes of that library are. So, as I understand it, we've got 2 courses of action. One is to go into these nodes and collect all the gems for the answerer and the gems for the skull. And then we confront Zuktmoy.
Yes.
Another plan would be to go and try to save Isolde first before doing that.
Yes.
Do we have any other options on the table?
Well, I could try to turn the Sphinx from stone back into flesh. The Sphinx is a powerful divining being. Alternately, we could also look for the 3rd hag sister. They should prove to be a very powerful ally. But when it comes to our immediate concerns, those are much less direct. If you understand my meaning.
So dilly-dallying.
It's interesting that most creatures don't actually want to fight with us.
If we stop the shit in the nodes, that means they don't have anything to sacrifice these people to. Is that correct? Yes, but they'd be twisted.
Potentially.
Yeah, that's got to stop as well. I'm not sure how we do that. Isolde will probably be able to solve that problem.
Yes. We have... If we go through the nodes first, then... The problem is going in and out of the nodes is going to put us at risk with respect to the... We have a mage, we have my misguided apprentice, and the...
Supreme Commander of the Temple of Elemental Evil, yes.
Yes, the Supreme Commander. Apparently the word that I cannot possibly fathomably remember. He's the cannon, he's the fucking... the balaclava, he's a bishop, he's a pope, he's a rook. Ahmed is muted.
Third idea, we take them out.
Yes.
Wizard and the commander.
As I understand, they've got 10th circle spells, and this seems to have Team Weenie's underwear wet.
Well, if a spell, remember when Krieger turned around on us? What if half of the team turned?
So far, we've been able to elude these two assholes.
I know for a fact that my apprentice used his 10th on this day. He tried to do something to me.
How many of those does he have?
Shouldn't you be outside? How many of those does he have?
Glory stealing.
Typically, magic of that power is limited to a single spell per day.
Then
Well, we have
even if he had an extra. Sorry, go ahead, Darian.
He just waves his hand.
Even if he has an extra, dealing with half that power would be better than dealing with twice on another day.
Agreed. At the time to strike them is now.
Then let's. Otis, is it possible for you to send word to the Druid to have them either meet us at the tower, or how long would it take for you to send word to the Druid? We need as many allies as we can.
An hour or two to get there. Fairies don't fly very fast. Hour or two back.
Sorry. Now two there, now two back.
Yep.
Just to put in perspective, if Crusher drank a potion and was a bear, he has an 80-foot move speed.
Okay, so an hour there, hour back.
I can try to get her to come here. I haven't interacted with her too much. The fairies sort of have. She's doing something. She says it's important. I can contact her, though, if you want.
If we waste 4 hours, there's a chance my apprentice has...
We're not wasting 4 hours. Otis, please ask this druid if she is indeed friendly to come and help us. Otis nods.
We're gonna have to make our way there now. Not wait.
She can help out when we're done. We're not going to do all this in one day, in one go. Alright, it seems like we've got 3 options ahead of us. Going to rescue Isolde, going into the nodes, or attacking the leaders. He points at 3 spots on the ground. While I despise democracies, I think it's time that we vote.
Fucking kill him. Oh, your leaders.
Shadow is going to
Kill them, take their stuff.
Shadow is going to stand on the leaders, and he pulls Max in as well. He's got 4 feet, so that's 2 more.
Max is an extension of you. Until he stands up on 2 legs, uses knives and forks, and can have a civilized discussion, he's a fucking dog. A good dog, but a dog. No.
Useless.
Darian goes over and stands over Nero's old just because he has to.
Alcur will stand on his old. It's Alcur the white.
Okay.
That's a crucial statement.
Okay.
Alcur the black. Fuck his old. By time, lady.
It's
Ptolemy's like,
it's less.
the gems are in the nodes. We should go to the nodes. Those leaders are scary, and Zukmo is scarier. This is the least scary of the options.
Alright, boys. Oh, with Ptolemy, we can't have a tie. Otherwise, we're lining ourselves up for a three-way tie.
Krieger's like,
Krieger.
fighting
the nodes.
a bunch of big monsters. We could probably do all 4 of those in one day. And then your sword will be more powerful, and we'll go save your girlfriend, and we'll kill the leaders if we come across them.
In order to get to the nodes, we need the crab, and the key with that crab is with the leaders.
Or in the area I told you, I caught a glimpse of something behind the curtains. There's stuff back there. There's like tables with things on them. Crusher, it's up to you.
He's used his spell for today.
Don't feel bad about the consequences of what you decide.
Yeah, this decision's all on you, Crusher.
Should have decided earlier, damn it.
This is actually like along alignments.
and Shadow's like on the nose.
This is like the left is the good guys, the right are the kind of evil guys, and the middle is the neutral guys. This is the good but dumb. Ruthless. Goal-oriented.
So Crusher's recently had an alignment change, and while he hasn't converted to a new god, he is now starting to think about how uncaring and destructive a neutral god of war is.
Mm-hmm.
This is difficult. Can we start over?
No, make a choice.
Sorry, Darian, I see the notes.
Tommy's like waving you over. Darian's just like, make a choice. Tommy's trying to wave you over. Come. We've got one from Team Weenie and one from Team Gronk. So do we, you idiot.
Alker's like...
Sorry.
Never depend on him.
We need these. We need that skull and we need that gem for your sword. Otherwise, all of this will be for naught. We will not be able to rescue her or ourselves.
Which one has my gem in it again? He turns to Elker.
Fire.
Which is the most dangerous of the 4?
Yes.
Hey, don't forget the potions that you drink. Feel good in the heat. Yes. Remember to drink.
Do those things work as suppositories?
Give me 10 minutes.
No, dude, we don't have 10 minutes. All right, which node? Are we voting again? No, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make a logical decision. Fire node's most dangerous. We need that crab thing, right? Or Ellie's
Yes.
potions. Do you have enough potions for all of us, Ellie?
Yeah, yes. I've prepared them for each of you. Even you, hey, dog.
Wait a second. Do we even know how to get into those nodes?
Not particularly.
Oh, well, there are command
Ellie
words.
slaps his head.
No, don't panic. There are words in the Supreme Commander's books that none of you read.
I was busy making you toys.
I think I know how to pronounce them. You think? How
Could I
hard could it
perhaps-
be?
Could I perhaps have a look?
Yes.
What language?
What language is it?
He points. You can see two languages interspersed. Imagine writing in cursive in one language and then cursive in another over top of it, and like the spaces, like kind of matching up with the non-space characters.
Okay, what are the core languages here?
The core languages are Abyssal, which Ptolemy speaks.
Okay.
This is Abyssal, and there's an Abyssal line throughout each of them. These other four, I'm guessing, are the elemental tongues. Terran for earth, Orin for air, Ignin for fire, and Aquan for water. And do you speak
Ali
these
nods.
languages?
Ali nods. I cannot understand anything. Yes. Okay. Go on.
Well, you could try pronouncing them. They are prevalent quite a lot in a lot of magic spells. The great
Can I get
occultist.
trained in this?
What do you mean?
I could create. If you're not sure, I could create. Remember the potions to help you with the crafting and the identifying of certain things. I can make those and help you perhaps know how to at least say them properly.
Well, yes, I might have
But,
to try different syllables. You're kind of going back and forth between the two, but yes.
It will take from.
Would tongues or similar magics help with this?
Tommy nods.
We should compare similar magics.
I don't have tongues. I have learnedness.
I have tongues.
I've got one tongue.
That's
Do you want
not
me to
the
get you more?
No, it's all right, Shadow.
It's a joke.
Shadow flying out the next dimensional space.
All right. Which node first, gentlemen?
Well, do we want to start somewhere easy, or basically we have a decision tree ahead of us?
Well, I don't know how we want to do this, but I've got a couple of those spell arrows.
The weakest beings that we would be facing would be the Kraken or the Thule. The Kraken is just some big fish. I'm giggling, not good.
I did prepare potions for that one actually.
Yeah.
That allow you to swim and breathe.
The Thule.
2 days.
The Thule, the living lightning storm. That would be more of a challenge. Alternately, we could go straight for the fire domain, but that assumes that the mechanical crab is around.
Which ones do we need the crab for?
We definitely need the crab for fire, depending on how hot it is in there, and earth, as well as water, are both potentially a challenge.
Seems
Good
like the
spells.
crab probably doesn't fly.
Right.
Then let's do the air one first.
And you said this creature, this Athul, is the weakest of the four. Oh yes, untwisted, corrupted Athuls, maybe.
The Athul or the Kraken are the weakest. The Kraken is just a big monster. The problem is the domain itself is much more aggressive.
I see.
Are we sure just like Kraken are usually like that's a word for like bad things? When people go unleash the Kraken, people go ooh. They don't go ha.
I trust in Team Weenie.
My arrows are not going to be as effective underwater.
Well, you'll be
Possibly
very
under-
effective in the air domain.
Hopefully, there's not a lot of wind.
Not to be windy.
Well.
We're going to fight a storm.
Great. So water.
Remember,
earth,
electricity,
you're not gonna do.
paralysis, poison, sleep, these sorts of things, will not work against it. I
Alright.
have read from the divine books and have prayed this morning. As such, I will be providing a more supportive role.
That's fine. How are we to get around in this place? Ooh, flying. We can fly. How many flies do we have?
Oh, god damn it. My turn. Fewer than if I was the black. The two of you have items that allow you to fly. I can, if we are not going after if we're not going after her today, then I can prepare a fly for myself. Fourth, yeah.
I was just thinking of something interesting. My potions now will last at least 1 day. 2 days. If you want to drink them now, wait a day. Oh, maybe that will not work.
You cannot repair them.
No, I apologize, I cannot. Because that's broken.
Yeah, you cannot re-prepare. Now I need to find a way to see. Yes. All right. Are we prepared for said excursion?
Sorcerers do not have to prepare their spells. They just need to ensorce them.
I'm ready.
So am I.
Oh yeah.
I do have 4 fly spells, though, for anyone who wants them. I'll be taking one.
Shadow puts his hand up.
Flies. Kirk can cast his own fly. And then we've got 4 people who need fly. And that leaves Max in the twisting in the wind.
What if Max gets fly, Shadow puts on his web feet.
His what?
What's it called? Not web feet.
Spider climbing?
Spider climb. Sticks to Shadow or sticks to Max.
You could try to ride Max, yeah.
It'll look really cool. Is that a werewolf riding a wolf through the air?
Fly through the
Yeah,
air.
that's pretty cool.
Oh,
Fire
yes,
arrows.
that's fine. Max can receive the spell. You're a good dog. Oh, all right. Yes.
It's actually a really good use because it's based off of land speed. Your fly speed is based off of your land speed now.
Unless Mr. Al Hakim has a fly.
I apologize. This is not something that can be prepared in potion form.
Well, what sort of alchemist are you? Stomps away
Uh,
like a
A
child.
pretty good one, actually.
Like a child.
oh,
Child.
oh, look, the alchemist bag has a hole in it.
We may want to put a lifting belt on Max.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shadow will take his off and put it on.
Okay, you want to mark down what magic items are on Max?
Yep.
Right.
Fucking Gary Gygax is like, each of these nodes is going to be 10 evenings of encounters. Air
10
no.
evenings?
Well, look, it doesn't say that, but by the number of encounters, it's like air elementals and giants and Heracrosphinxes and Idris and Mishtus and ice toads and vapor rats and vortexes and windwalkers. And basically, it's like
Every elemental. Is
Yeah.
it like a random encounter table, or is that like the encounters you're supposed to have?
you'll see in a second.
Motherfucker, you're supposed to be 20th level go through this shit? Because.
I think each of these nodes is a level. Yeah.
And then we take an hour to sleep, and then we come back and get the next one.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
Alright. Well, I think we're ready to go.
Okay. Okay, between teleport and veil and mass invisibility.
Invisibility sphere.
Invisibility sphere. Okay.
Invisibility sphere is so either I can prep one of those.
I might just get you to there. Because, like, you've already shown that you have the ability to sneak into the
Sneak
temple.
in. Right.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get a bowl so I can put my popcorn in the bowl so I can eat my popcorn and not just be like a crinkly bastard
Got it.
constantly. Yeah.
I will prep the air node.
I'm just eating more food.
You will eventually join the table.
I'm literally 5 feet from the table.
All right.
Yeah, alchemists can't do fly or shield or any of that crap. Otherwise, I'd be doing it. It's just that's the one thing I don't like about alchemists. You don't get anything new. Just the stuff that you get at first and second just get a little bit better.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, and then we need a...
Nothing.
So did Gary Gygax in the module like leave instructions on which order you're supposed to go through these things, or was it just like random?
No, it's random.
and then they died.
basic assumption, if I was going to be running this raw.
Oh, we deviated from Raw so long
We've
ago.
deviated pretty significantly.
Yeah.
But if we were running it raw, I would assume that you should be entering the domains within the order of the power of the temples. So it would be like earth, air, fire, water would be the order I would do them in without knowing anything.
Yep.
But me as a player, I'm most afraid of the earth temple, earth domain. There's a bunch of bad earth creatures. Don't get me
The
wrong,
air and fire.
Water's bad too.
The air and fire. All of them actually were tough in their own way. All of them were tough.
A plane full of phalanxes of salamanders.
What the hell?
Those salamanders in like the Pathfinder 2 elementals, and then salamanders. Those are the two creatures where it's like, oh, oh.
Slow her down there, bud.
The giant types have been like formulaic.
Okay.
Not formulaic.
So you teleport to the vicinity of the temple underneath the guise of a veil spell. What are you disguising yourselves as today?
Yesterday was gnolls. Today probably bugbears.
Yes, we wouldn't want to reuse the same disguise, would we?
Well, we can.
good
We
idea.
gotta cycle them.
So bugbears of the Greater Temple?
Yep.
Anyone else want a different disguise than just bugbears?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Bugbears are fine. Go ahead.
Just make it simple and easy. Don't need to overthink it.
What about Max? A giant hyenodon?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
All right.
Well, the troll dog is also pretty interesting.
We'll go hyenodon. I think gnolls ride hyenas.
But what bugbears?
Oh, right. Just a big goblin dog, then.
Sure. That works.
All right, giant goblin dog it is.
I'm itchy already.
He casts the veil spell and then spends 10 minutes casting teleport, which is really interesting because that's 50 minutes left in the veil.
I think it goes teleport.
Teleport
'cause
veil?
we can't be close. We have to teleport first.
Yep.
Because we have no idea how far away we're going to be.
Okay, teleport veil then.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'll bring you to the temple exterior.
Like teleport walk veil.
He sends. So this is teleporting using the
bag, the hole.
the portable hole. And yeah, you guys end up kind of closer to Nulb this time. You end up in this vicinity, way the heck up here. Squish is able to fly out of the hole and fly up and let you know where the green glow of the temple is. It is still pulsing, quicker than it was in the early days when you first came here, and you can see the purplish glow from the occasional flash of the gate that leads to the Grand Bali Circus.
Okay. We're going to sneak up onto the temple. We sneak up till we get sort of
Okay,
in the...
give me
that
a
range.
sneaking Oscar roll.
Okay.
This would also be a good time for you to assign your hero points and give an extra hero point to either Krieger or to Darian.
One quick question, Marty.
Mm-hmm.
When leveling Oscar, I actually had one open point. and I wanted you to read a thing first before I took it because it seemed kind of silly. No, I had that. No, so I have Sneak Savant. This is a question I had. It was actually for level 10. That was where it came up.
What page?
Page 187. Sneaky Savant.
So it's part of Rogue.
It's a rogue power. Master and stealth. You're almost impossible to spot you without taking effort to look. When you roll a failure on a sneak check, you get a success instead. You can still critically fail. Does that apply when you're doing the follow the leader stealth?
So when you roll,
And then when you look up the follow the leader, it is you and your allies roll once.
sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I found a bunch of these things. I found a whole bunch of those.
Well, there's a bunch of like that. So, anyways, it just means that you now have to fail by 10 to fail, which is cool. All right. So, I believe Krieger or Darien is the worst. They have like a +1 or +2 dex, something like that. Is it Krieger? Krieger's got a
They're up
2
here.
dex and
Darian's got a 1.
Darien's got a 1. Okay. So 1d20 plus 12 plus 1 plus
Ooh.
3.
Did you update any of the stats?
21.
In initiative? No.
Combat sheet? Okay, I'll do that now.
All right. 21 is not a very good roll. Let's see if there's anything out there that could possibly see you. 20 or less, there's a potential random encounter. Oh, a 1.
So that 21 means it's a 31 to fail.
Okay, the birds are roosting today, which means they're in high spots and could potentially see you, especially when you're crossing the open ground. You are able to go right up to the tower.
Okay.
Let me check something. Do they have any oomph left?
You know, our baser instincts are just to murder everything outside the temple.
Yep. If it moves, we kill it.
Okay, that thing was sent on that mission. That thing's dead. Those guys are doing that. Alright, give me a D2.
Go ahead, Adam. I'm updating sheet.
2.
Okay. Alright, you guys have arrived at the back entrance or the backside of the temple tower that is along the outer wall.
Yeah, I think we're going to have somebody climb up.
The same
Climb up
thing.
the window,
Crusher,
leave the rope. Yeah.
Crusher runs up, drops rope, I climb.
Okay, so Crusher runs up. These tokens don't have the updated hit points and everything on it.
So guys, you should drink all your potions now.
Okay.
Because so
Take them all
can,
as drunk.
so anything that's a minute or more lasts twice as long, but everything in there is I think 6 hours or more. So just have a quick read.
Just take them all off.
Okay.
Okay, so when Bonecrusher scrambles to the top, give me a perception check, Crusher.
Okay, so Crusher's perception. Give me 1 moment.
Like where the disease, dark vision, all those things, right?
D20, 17. All the dark vision's 2 days now. 34.
Okay, there's something standing beside the closed hatch. It is hunched over. It was trying to hide from you, but it did a poor job at hiding from you. You get initiative on it if you want. It is a pallid, rotting elf with sharp fangs and with reddish eyes in some really old elvish chain. Its head snapped towards the window where you just basically scrambled up and you get to go first.
Okay. Can Crusher... Yep. Crusher's gonna grow.
So Crusher begins to grow. Are you growing into a werebear or into...
A werebear.
Okay.
I'm gonna flurry. Sorry, I was in the middle of updating the sheet. I will continue doing that after I do this.
Okay. So you kind of grow and you're sort of dominating the room
sorry,
now.
Yeah.
You are balancing on in that area.
Yeah,
you can stand there. You're above it.
Whap, 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 whap.
It hisses and holds out a clawed hand like it wants to claw you. Your bear clawed hand is much larger. Oh, it hurt. It hurt to change. Bones popping and a snout coming out of the front of your face.
Bonus to hit on these guys. Oh yeah, it's over there. 25. Okay. Here we go. Crusher. 30.
Yeah, you slap the thing's skin. It's very cold.
25.
You continue to rake at its cold, necrotic flesh.
Okay, so do I get to grab as a free?
Grab is an action. You have to hit with your claw, and your next action has to be to grab.
Yeah.
But it looked like you rolled 2 claws instead.
I did, yeah. So 36.
The thing's flesh rips open.
33.
You hear bones crunching, but no blood coming out. 69. Okay. The thing glances like nervously down at the hatch, like it wants to go down, but it also wants to.
I have a 27 to hit because I moved flurry to have another hit.
Can you flurry with your claws?
They're agile. I don't know. I don't know.
So you did a powerful fists, or what's it called? Flurry of blows.
Yeah.
Make 2 unarmed strikes. It's got the flourish trait. And you can attack rapidly with your fists, knees, elbows, and other unarmed attacks. Now, do the animal attacks have the unarmed trait?
That's what I'm looking.
Like, are the claws considered unarmed?
I don't have the description of that. Does it say anything like that in there, Marty?
An unarmed attack uses your body rather than a manufactured weapon. An unarmed attack isn't a weapon, though it's categorized as weapons for weapon groups.
So one of the weapon traits is unarmed. So, like,
There's a description. Yeah, there's a description for the.
Werebear claws are agile. Now, all claws are marked that way. Maybe let me just look at claw attack in the back of the monster manual.
Cool. Because we're kind of
Yeah, interesting.
the number of times Shadow hit someone was pretty low.
Yeah, grab is a single action. Creatures by type, it does not say. Some monsters do have fist, and it does not actually say that weapon type beside fist.
Mm-hmm. So I believe that for here, let's check Druid. Druid, I believe, is got bonuses to the unarmed weapon group, or the unarmed weapon group includes their
Their natural
their monster
attacks.
attacks.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I think it does, but yeah, we'll say it does for now, until we can find that it doesn't.
Mark's
Okay.
one red Druid.
So it's another attack or another damage, right?
Yep.
Does it take any extra damage from cold or acid?
From
The wraps. Wait, are the wraps even active? Because I added the two damages from.
The wraps work with unarmed attacks, like
Yep.
natural attacks.
So yeah. Does it take any? Should I like tell you what the rolls are separately, or
Nope.
does it
It
matter?
takes damage from both cold and from
36.
acid. Holy crap. I think you just ripped this thing apart. You kind of picked it up with one of your claws and beat it against the wall, stepping on it and then raking with your claws, and you pulled one of its arms off and flung it across the room. The thing dies.
Is anything wrong up there?
This furry hand that goes. Korean comes up, goes. Rope comes down.
It's fine.
Max is really interested in what's going on up there. Squish takes a fly up to have a look, but is keeping out of reach.
The rope comes down,
Oscar will start climbing the rope.
tied to my foot.
Okay. Oscar climbs the rope. Bonecrusher, you can smell something that smells like reptilian and mixed concrete.
Interesting.
Whatever it wasn't this horrible white thing, which compared to other undead didn't smell as bad. Like it didn't have much blood, and it's like necromancy suffused its flesh. Like, it smells bad. It just doesn't, like, it's not like it's some putrescent zombie. But that other smell is nearby. Something was here and recently.
So, Crusher maintains his form. He steps by the door,
Okay.
I'm sneaking. It's my stealth.
This is
Oscar.
the first time we've
Well,
seen. It's like
oh yeah, there's Oscar. Oscar's coming up.
Yeah, Oscar is now like.
I'm like,
There's something else here.
the fuck you been eating?
Oh, he's big. Swirling energies around his wraps.
oh, it's fantastic. It's glorious. Sorry, it's been a long time since this crushing connection. Okay, I'm good. Thanks.
Something else here.
Be quiet, you big son of a bitch.
Shadow starts climbing.
Okay.
See, shadow rolls.
Yeah, with the rope against the wall, it's like 5.
Okay. Still can't roll 1. Rolled 3. Good.
Everything all right up there? You hear Darian say quietly.
Oscar pokes his head out and gives it like the shush.
Krieger's pushing his way to the front.
Told me.
Hmm?
We have a problem.
What's that?
The dog.
Fly
Nothing
only lasts
smells
a
yet.
short period of time.
Yes, and before we used it to get him down.
I could have swore we had a potion.
I think it's on one of the grunts.
I think that will solve our problem. This time, anyways.
Yes, leaving again will be an issue. I'm checking to see if I've got a scroll, maybe.
There's a potion of flying standard at the bottom of Krieger's character sheet.
Can we try one? Okay. Shadow runs back and drops down.
Wait.
With a rope.
Shadow went inside?
Shadow's up here.
Okay.
And
Shadow, you
here.
also smell that presence.
And he looks at Crusher like. Crusher's like. "Hmm?"
Krieger is now climbing the rope, and he climbs all the way to the top.
Okay, Oscar's going to hold Krieger's hand. He's going to like lead him through being sneaky.
Yep. Krieger! Give Squish your flying potion. Why? Because Maximo. Okay. Squish.
Shadow's like,
Zach, wait.
drop down, tie the rope around his front arm, like try to do the thing to give him a hand while he's climbing.
Shouldn't the rest of us get up yet?
Yeah, go ahead, climb. The rope's tied down.
Okay. Oscar and Bonecrusher, since everyone else is distracted, give me a perception check. Actually, give me your perception DCs.
Okay.
Oscar's perception DC is 34.
I got it out one.
Crusher's is a 20. Is a 29.
Okay.
Tray of dishes.
The
crashing
the
to the floor.
trapdoor went like this.
It went like what?
It like somebody bumped
Bumped
into
into it.
it from below. Okay, so you're gonna
He looks at Oscar like, hmm?
So Oscar's going to. Can he get into the corner?
yeah, you can get to the corner.
Okay, Oscar's going to like count down to 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
And then pop open.
Bonecrusher's the one that's opening it up. Okay, it opens up
Oscar will open it for Crusher to
Okay.
do the bear mauling.
to kind of do the bear mauling. All right, it's
Yep.
got a readied action. Serpentine eyes.
Oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate you so much, Snake Lady.
So she had a ready to action to petrifying gaze anyone who looked
Great.
who looked down
At
the
least they got an
hatch.
attack off.
So I think it's initiative between the three of you.
Okay.
That is the coolest Medusa token, like the Mechadusa or whatever. Mechusa.
All right, she gets a 31.
Balls. I'm still updating the character sheets.
Hey, this is perception based.
Yeah, Oscar Bonecrusher Medusa. She knew you were there. You knew she was there. It's like
We all gave way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who gets to go first?
39.
Darian. Oh,
And then-
I'm rolling?
Yeah, Bonecrusher,
Oh, okay, sorry.
because it'll be over. But you'll either both be stone or.
Oh,
She'll be a
crap.
fish.
All right, so Oscar, you get to go first.
Close it again. Close
Pull
it
it open,
Yep.
and then I'm going to stab her.
Okay. You just see this horrible, this visage of a horrible head, like.
Ah!
Yeah, mine is...
She's climbing.
She is no longer climbing.
Perception 20.
She's
Okay.
floating.
25.
So I'm assuming she's not flat-footed.
Nope.
25.
Okay. So
Well, she hasn't gone yet. I don't know if that's the rule.
Only if it was a deception or stealth-based initiative roll.
Sure, go ahead. It was close enough. Yeah.
Okay. So D20 plus 23.
Okay.
AC 35 against
Yeah,
the AC.
without really looking directly into her eyes, you stab at the face, and you think you cut off a few of the snake-like tendrils in her hair.
Okay, we'll stab her one more time for good measure. 30 or 27 against her flat-foot AC.
That is a miss. Nope, flat-footed is a hit directly.
Okay.
Close the friggin' door!
Now we're gonna just cut her.
Oh.
We're gonna cut her, make her bleed. You can close the door. And we're just
She
gonna.
goes next.
Well, you're supposed to be faster than that. Whose fault is that?
Oh, drawn.
All right. 3d4 weapon damage, 1d6 fire damage, 5d6 sneak attack. So 36 damage,
Holy.
and then 34 damage.
60 damage in one go. No, 70 damage. Yes, you're slashing off snakes and like trying to stay out of her view. And you've now ended your turn within sight of her. So you need to make a fortitude save, DC 25.
Don't tell me Ahmed's right that I should close the door.
Close the fucking door.
You're supposed to get her out of the way. Your fault. That's right. The fortitude save is. That's not good. I don't know that I want to have a natural one on the fortitude save.
No, you want
against the
to
Medusa.
hero point that.
It's really early in the day, though.
The effect is arcane, aura, transmutation, and visual. The DC is 25 fort save. It has no additional effect for a critical fail.
All right, we'll take the fail.
Okay, you are feeling very sluggish. While your skin and bones feel very pebbly, you're not actually turning to stone. You are slowed for 1 minute. Slowed 1.
Oh boy.
You also triggered her trigger. A creature ends its turn adjacent to the Medusa. Her snakes are starting to lash out towards you.
Oh wait.
The ones that you didn't cut off. And they hit AC 34.
So AC 34
Perception.
is my AC is 32. If I dodge, it becomes 34. So I just get hit.
Okay, the snakes bite you for 9 damage. One of them clearly bites you on the arm. And this thing injects venom. DC 25 fort save.
Plus, you have +4.
Okay. So
from
One.
Ellie's potions, right?
I don't know one.
Okay,
Critical succeed.
you are not poisoned. Then it's her go. She is going to focus her gaze on Crusher.
Yay.
No, wait. You're already slowed. So this is the one that she wants to do. She's going to focus her gaze on Oscar because this is how you petrify.
So I get fortitude save.
Yep. This is a single action, no reactions, and she stares at
25.
25 right on. Okay, you
Don't get further slowed.
If the creature was already slowed and fails its save, it then is petrified.
Oh.
Huh, okay. You're still slowed, but you don't turn to stone. Basically, Oscar ducks down behind the open hatch because you feel her like looking at it. All right, that was that was one attack, and then her snake fangs are going to attack Oscar again. AC 25.
No.
And then she does have a short sword in her hand, or her hands look like they're made of swords. So she's going to slash at Crusher. Agile, so AC 19.
No.
All right, those are all of our actions.
What are you standing around for? Punch.
It's weird. It's like there's like concrete dust seeping from Oscar's pores right now. His beard is all white and he looks really stiff. It's now Crusher's turn.
Okay, that's weird. She's not undead, is she?
No.
You could never trust a Lycan.
Okay. Here we go. Now, is the 39?
39. Yeah, you rake at the snake lady.
It's not a crit, right?
It actually is.
It is a crit. Okay, 23. 37.
She's flat-footed because you guys are flanking her, so that's a crit.
Okay, so that's flurry. I'm just gonna see what that tallies to right now, as I might want to grab her.
Oh, never mind. She's got all-around vision, so that second one is not a crit.
Okay, first one is a crit. So let's just grab this. Okay, which is.
I like how they did petrification in this system. It's not save or be fucked. It's just there's like a progressive phase. You're vulnerable to it right now, but.
Okay, so that's the crit, which is 70 damage.
Oh god!
I kind of thought it'd be something like that because I was looking at Flesh to Stone, so I assumed it'd be similar.
Okay, she has single-digit hit points left.
Next. Next hit, and I'm gonna grab her so she doesn't fall. 42 damage. Holy crap.
Okay, she's dying 1.
So I've grabbed her. Just gonna do 2 more damage. D20. 41.
Does the grab? Don't you need to use the action to grab?
Yeah, you have to use an action.
So flurry
is the
grab,
2 attacks. Grab is the
crit.
second, and then he gets extra damage. I forget what it's called. It's like mauling or something like that.
Yeah.
So you crit her while
Grab.
she's dying 1, so she's dying 3. Her poisonous blood flying everywhere. Okay, you've ended your turn next to her. Give me a Fortitude save, DC 25.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Her eyes still open. She's not conscious.
Finish her.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay.
He's just holding her up by the neck. Finish her. Aiming at a kidney where it could be.
I ain't
nothing.
fucking looking at it. From you.
Oh, she's ugly. Says Krieger. I think Krieger is just he launches a javelin at her, and it's probably yeah right through her body, her torso. I will subtract a javelin. You will not pick up the javelin afterwards.
I don't feel so good.
Crusher's just poking you in the forehead with a claw.
Want to lose a claw?
You'll be fine, I think.
Where are Krieger's weapons? Javelin.
We will. Oh,
there we go. Times 3. All right, what are you doing with her?
I'm gonna push her into the corner. Oh, she's dead?
Yeah.
Does she have any stuff?
Yeah. She smells really bad, Crusher.
Yeah, that's what I was smelling, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put her in the corner down here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, check her if you wish. I'm done with it. Hurry
Hey,
up.
we got the snake lady. Hey, we got the snake lady.
Yeah, she's really ugly. Weird looking.
Oscar coughs and a bunch of white dust comes out.
Oh, Crusher's gonna move this thing over there as well.
Okay.
He doesn't want to be close to it. Screw that. Okay.
Oscar knows from the sting of its bite that there's venom coming out of every one of those snakes on her head, and probably like in
She's a
her
poison
own.
lady.
Yeah, she's in her own mouth. Her head is kind of staring at the wall right now, and her eyes are mostly, her eyelids are mostly shut, like 3/4 shut.
Rings, diadem, bracers, anything like that?
Yep.
Does she have anything on her head?
Let's have a look.
Because if the answer is no, we're going to have Krieger pancake her head into a very flat pile of goo.
Very good. Let's do Pathfinder treasure tables. Let's see if she's got something. All right. Medusa lady has something.
All the sheets are, all the stats are updated.
A 7th level consumable.
Fly potion. That'll be funny.
Five to 7th level scroll.
Teleport.
She has a talisman that she did not use, dangling from her weapon. It's called a Grim Trophy.
Okay. Is it the one that... What's the one that looks that one?
And then the armor on the white is called Moonlit Chain.
It's be scrap armor, trust me.
Yeah, the 12th level character beat up the 6th level white and the 8th level Medusa.
Yeah!
You get some XP for the Medusa.
Yep. All right, there is no further enemies or sounds or smells emanating from the shaft. People begin to pile in. Shadow, it sounds like after everyone climbs up, you're going to tie
Gonna
up
help.
Max.
Yeah, help Max to climb up.
Okay. Ptolemy needs to climb with the rope. He does, and you guys are able to get up.
Yeah, let's just roll his athletics.
Crusher.
Ooh, nat 20. Max is up here.
Okay, you guys are able to use ropes and pushing him up, and he kind of hops and scampers and gets pulled up, and you guys are all up. We'll say with the nat 20, Shadow is able to just also quickly scale up behind Max without a roll.
He's standing on Max. The rope.
Crusher,
Yes,
you're very large
yes.
right now.
That's what she said. Look. What can I do for you, okay?
You're feeling all right, yes?
Yes. Don't worry. Things are fine.
Hey, I'm kind of, like the term shitting bricks. Well, I'm sweating dust.
Seems to be coming off of you. Yeah, it only
Looks
lasts
like
for a
it's
minute.
decreasing.
But by the time that they put ropes around Max and hauled his ass up and got him over, a minute has passed. You're feeling better. You got a runny nose, and it's all kind of mucky.
Like hacking up white
Yep.
mucus.
Yep.
Well then. Well, now that she's out of the way, I suppose I feel silly preparing the stone to flesh.
Well, there is the Sphinx.
Yes. Alright. We need to get down. Remember, think bugberry thoughts. I'm a bugbear.
Alright.
Oh, I know, Squish. You look like an imp.
I'll go first. Or Oscar, do you want to go first? I can be right behind you.
How are we getting the doggo down?
Squish technically got first.
Maybe we can try to do the same thing.
It's a long fucking way down.
Krieger, you have a potion of fly, I believe. Yeah. Give it to Max. Fine.
I think Krieger can fly.
Wait a second. One thing and one point of order.
Wait a minute.
Should we not use the potion later?
No, wait, no.
Or
If
would
there's
it
nobody,
be
if
dispelled?
there's nobody downstairs, why don't you just jump into the hole and we can open the hole down there?
I like the way you look. Get in the hole, doggo.
We're using it to teleport.
Yes, we wouldn't want to leave him in that space for long, but I suppose. All right, so
Shadow would get in the fucking hole too.
Fuck that.
Get in
If
the
you give
fucking
me-
hole.
If you give
He
me
ain't
the
digging
hole,
his way out. You get in the hole.
give me the bag, and I can the hole, and I can get down there really quick. Let him out.
okay, so you're doing the monk kind of like
Like,
yeah,
wait for
hitting
Oscar to
every
get close. Yeah, wait for Oscar to get close.
raking
I'll
your
close
claws
it,
against
jump.
the side of the wall to not take damage from the 200+ foot fall, landing like a superhero, unfolding the
I'm here on the third level.
yeah, on opening the impossible extra dimensional space, and then by the time everyone else has climbed / flew down, Max and Bonecrusher down at the bottom. I'm just gonna move
I
you
think we're
guys.
still taking away Krieger's potion though.
Yes. Where are you putting Krieger's potion?
Let's throw an Alcur right now.
Okay.
Or an Oscar.
Sure.
Oh,
You guys are moving it?
We're in the third floor.
You are on the third floor.
Okay. We're moving it. Did you move it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back and get Bonecrusher's other,
Sorry, I was
other tokens.
jumping at him.
I'm putting stuff down now.
No problem. I like that idea.
Why don't you just jump a little? Save a
Use-
potion.
Yep.
Smart.
We need that shit later.
Well, one of us gets dispelled in the airplane. And like, ah.
Now we have a way to get Maxie out. And Tommy taps Max on the back and he growls a little bit. You know, Doom was much more friendly. Doom was smaller.
Yeah,
Shadow's down like,
I'm the follower
Yeah.
here.
I'm the companion. Not him.
Crusher was much more friendly.
No, I still am. After this, we
Now
should
I'm
all have
staring
tea.
at your junk.
Okay, so it's quiet down here.
We should be cautious. It seems that they apparently figured out how we're getting in. There might be more traps.
Right. We'll follow you. Let's go.
You have to big loghead.
Crusher slightly pushes him.
Oscar's going to lead the way. Is Shadow remaining fucking ginormous? Or is
Shadow,
Oscar,
no,
or
Shadow,
Crusher?
Shadow's gonna move with you to help you with stealthing or traps. Getting rid of traps. You can't find them.
Guard them, Max.
Okay, we're stealthing through.
Okay.
Wow.
Oscar,
Anything new here?
you don't like the smell of the door.
Why?
Traps?
Yep, give me a... trap check.
We are doing the thing specifically, going through the same spot over and over and over again. 38.
Okay, they've added a second lightning bolt trap. This one is facing your way.
Is it on the same door or is it on the
Same
other
door. Different door. Sorry,
So-
different door.
How do you not set this one off?
By opening the door from the other side.
So if I open the other door, that lightning bolt will be aiming.
Yes.
Don't touch that door.
No, it's
God,
the
touch
other
this
one.
door.
Just told me.
No. That one, the western door. This one, it shoots south. This door, it shoots north. AKA right in the shadows, stupid looking face.
Take a step back.
Yeah, Elker is just gonna like walk over here.
Yeah, if you say so. Tell me quickly. Summon Squish and
Hmm.
Good luck, guys.
Big furry coward.
Big furry arm goes around the corner. The claw coming down.
I'm assuming you take the other forms of
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay, Oscar's going to open the door on his right, which
Okay.
is the left door.
Shadow help.
you can hear
or-
some buzzing, but you're able to open the door all the way, and you shut it, and you shouldn't set off the trap until you open it.
All right, now leave that one open. We're just going to scooch through.
Let's go.
Hey, Shadow, you're gonna have a get your boy to squeeze, but first the short ones. Also, gonna check this door first before we start moving people through the electricity
Yep,
trap.
it's closed. It's fine.
Okay, I'm checking for traps. Then I open it.
Looks good.
Don't open this door.
Shadow's gonna stay squished on this side.
We'll
To help
open
Max.
this door.
Yep.
Do you
Now
need
we're
a
gonna-
check from Crusher to get through this door?
We're gonna
Nope.
get all of our medium dudes in here. Just all over here. Just getting them all over here for the big fuzzy bastard.